Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor. Thank you so much for stopping by. If it's your first time here, thanks for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoy it. So today's video is going to be all about things that you can do in the summertime in London. As always, if you like what you see, please give the video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and leave a comment and let me know what things you like to do in the summertime in London. So without further ado, let's get started. Honestly, I think that there's nothing like London in the summertime. For me, it's definitely my favorite part of living in London is being able to enjoy the summer here. So the best thing about summertime in London is that there is so much going on at all times. That's pretty true for most of the year, but I think there's just something about being outdoors that really makes it even better. So if you're lucky to visit London during the sunshine and summertime, then here are 8 things that you should definitely do while you're here. Number 1, if you're here during early July when Wimbledon is going on, you should absolutely try to queue up for tickets. The whole experience is really fun and I have 2 different videos that you could watch about queuing up for Wimbledon. So I'm gonna stick that up here so you could click on that as well. My mom and I did it when she was here and we had such a great time. We were online for about 5 hours, but it's such a great little feeling. And if you have good weather, it's worth the early wake up or even camping. Number 2, take a train out to Richmond and take a little stroll by the canal or in the park. So Richmond is only about 15 minutes by train from central London. I usually grab the train from Clapham Junction, making it only 9 minutes. You can also take the district line all the way to the end if you're on the district line, but it will take a little bit longer than if you take the regular train. The great thing about Richmond is that even on a super sunny weekend, it's not nearly as crowded as central London. It's a lot more local people who live there and less tourists, so you'll actually have a really great time exploring the area. I suggest getting off the train, grabbing some brunch somewhere, and then taking a nice little walk along the Thames. After you've taken a nice little stroll, you've probably worked up a little bit of a sweat and an appetite. You could definitely stop at one of the pubs for a little afternoon pick-me-up, whether that's a snack or a cold pint to enjoy with the breeze, or you could go up into Richmond Park, which is a gorgeous park. Certain times of the year you can see wild deer there. During the summer they're nursing, so it's a little bit harder to spot them, but you absolutely have the opportunity to do so. So if you want to do that, head there really early though, because they're usually there in the morning. But if you aren't as interested in a deer, then grab a picnic lunch at one of the shops and just bring it with you and enjoy the sunshine there. Number 3, catch a film at Granary Square. So one of my favorite things about London is that there are so many really unique events going on, and that includes a lot of outdoor movies going on throughout the summertime. So one of my favorite places to go is Granary Square because it's located right on the canal. And while you're watching, you can see canal boats go by in front of the screen for a minute, and it's actually really cool. Plus, Granary Square is right next to Coldrops Yard, which just opened a few months ago. And Coldrops Yard basically has lots of shops and restaurants and really good places to eat and hang out and grab a bite to eat before your movie starts. I suggest El Pastor Plaza. They have the best Mexican food I've ever had in London, so definitely check that out before catching a film at Granary Square. Number 4, hop on a canal boat. So this is something that I had never done until my mom was here a few weeks ago. We grabbed the London water bus from Camden, and before that we enjoyed a nice little bite to eat at the stalls in Camden. And we took about a 45-minute boat ride to Little Venice, which is by Paddington. You can also stop at the zoo if you'd like. It costs about £14, I think. I will double check and put the price on here, but it's a great way to spend an hour or two just taking in the views. It's so beautiful to go down the canal and you get to see some really cool houseboats and some really nice gardens from people's yards while you're going by. So I would definitely do that. Number 5, indulge in some street food. So as I mentioned before, we grabbed the canal boat from Camden. So Camden has some really amazing street food. They have pretty much every cuisine you could possibly think of. I had a delicious salt beef bagel that was on a bagel from Brick Lane, which is the best place to get bagels. My mom had a French-inspired burger. There is Indian food, Chinese food, Thai food, pizza, pasta, halloumi, fries that are covered in amazing goodness. So basically there's something for everyone. There's really good vegan and vegetarian options as well, so I would definitely check that out. Number 6, head to Battersea Power Station for some alfresco dining. So this one is probably a little bit off the beaten track for some people right now because Battersea Power Station is not actually up and running yet. It's gonna be one of the biggest shopping centers in all of Europe, but they're in the middle of refurbishing it right now because it was an active power station many years ago. So what a lot of people don't know though is that you can still go to part of it. They have a ton of restaurants that have just opened or have been open for a little bit, but they never really get that crowded unless you're there on like a really, really sunny weekend. And there's usually some foot traffic that comes from people walking by Battersea Park onto the river. There are a ton of restaurants there that offer outside seating. So my favorite would have to be number 29. You can also go to Megan's for a really good brunch. There are a number of seafood restaurants. There's a really cool wine bar called Vagabond that has outside seating, and you'll be right up next to the Thames, so it's a really, really nice place to go. And bonus, if you're coming from central London, you should hop on the riverboat instead of taking the tube, because it's a really nice outside ride and you can enjoy the sunshine even more. Number 7, spend the morning exploring Borough Market. I absolutely love Borough Market. Borough Market is so fun to just go wander around. But if you're gonna go, I highly suggest going around 10:30 to beat the lunch rush. Yes, you might think that that's like a little bit too early to eat, but the good thing is that you can take a nice walk and check everything out without it being too crowded before you decide on your meal. The best part about Borough Market is that the options are absolutely endless. You can eat so many different foods from all over the world. I've had some of my best meals in Borough Market that I've had since living in London. And if you continue walking through like where the food tents are set up, there's another part of Borough Market that has lots of little shops that serve like really nice cheeses, salt, spices, oils, things like that. Great tip if you're visiting in the summer and staying with someone, it's a great place to get them a little thank you gift. And finally, number 8. So there are 8 royal parks located in London. And that means that there's tons and tons of green space for you to hang out on and have a little picnic. My favorite parks are Battersea Park and Clapham Common, and I just love how alive London comes once it's the summertime, even when it's not the summertime and there's just nice weather. I love seeing London come alive, and everybody just grabs food from the shop and grabs some beers and some drinks and just gathers around for a really big picnic with all your friends in one of the parks. It's just really nice. There are dogs running around everywhere off their leashes. Everyone's basically just having a great time when they go onto the parks. If you want to go into one of the royal parks, you can rent chairs in some of them. You check online, you can probably find some really cool events going on at the park. So during Wimbledon, a lot of them put screens up so you could watch the match. There are movies in some of the parks, so it's definitely worth giving it a Google and seeing what's going on. Hyde Park has a great little pond I guess it's a lake, the Serpentine, where you can rent rowboats and you can even go swimming in there. Hampstead Heath has a pond that you can go swimming in. Basically, you could spend hours and hours at the parks and not see all of it because there's just so many of them, even extending beyond the royal parks. So that's all I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed learning a little bit more about what you can do in London in the summertime. As always, if you liked what you saw, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and hit the subscribe button. I have videos coming to you every week on Wednesdays and Sundays, so stay tuned for more. Bye!